I'm sure you heard, a lot of people, are mourning the loss today of the country music icon, Toby Keith. He unfortunately passed at age 62 due to stomach cancer. I do have a clip that I want to play for you because I was watching through some of these old videos and you see the troops are cheering for him and it just kind of goes back to what we're talking about, that old Americana that we all grew up and loved. It just feels like it's slipping through our fingers. So let's watch that video real quick and then we'll get right back to you.
Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way. Hey, Uncle Sam, put your name at the top of his list, and the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist, and the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be hell when you hear Mother Freedom start ringing her bell, and it'll feel like the whole wide world is raining down on you. Courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Of the red, white, and blue. Of my red, white, and
I miss that America, and watching that, it just made me, it brought out all those feelings. But what are your thoughts?
Well, same here. I mean, I feel like I'm starting to get emotional. Look, I'm the daughter of 2 Marines. I was born at Camp Lejeune. I hear that song, I see those images, I see those military men and women cheering for that. And I just feel today as though the loss of Toby Keith is almost symbolic of the loss of the American spirit and the American culture that was so steeped in love of country. And, and as it piggybacks off of, and I'm glad you included that in talking about the lawfare against President Trump, because I know that my great uncle who died and was shot down by the Germans and who's buried at Normandy died to preserve the Constitution that's being shredded by these leftists. And to think today that there are those that are criticizing those anthems by Toby Keith that celebrate this country, the eagle and the symbols in our flag and our military men and women who sacrifice so much for our freedoms, to hear the comments being made today, it's heartbreaking to me. It absolutely is.
It is, and one of those things when I think about this for a while, and I think back to my ancestors as well. I have one buried in Italy. He was shot down by the fascists in Italy during World War II. He was only 26, 27, so about my age. It was my great-grandma's brother.
Wow.
After her father, he's a firefighter in Omaha, Nebraska. He passed away early due to a heart attack. She had 3 older brothers. The other 2 had married and left the house, but this one brother stayed behind and he became the new head of the house, took care of mom, took care of her for so many years. And then when the war comes, he got drafted, he got sent out, and he was, I think, the bombardier on a B-17 Flying Fortress. It got shot down, and you can read about it online as I have. And when I think back to those stories and to so many others like your family, as you were saying, it's this kind of thought of, and I don't mean to sound like Greta Thunberg here, but how dare we? I mean, what these people fought and died for, what they paid for in actual blood, sweat, tears, sacrifice, how dare we just throw it all to the breeze to make a quick buck now, to score a cheap political point now, completely forgetting and losing that grand sight, that grand vision that those in generations past had when they thought about their future progeny, wanted to make that a better world for their kids. And now today, it's the exact opposite. So exactly what you were saying. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us tonight on this.
Thanks for having me.